Hi, this is Mandy with Scott LeRoy Marketing. Today we are going to go over the brand new filter options within the Command database. So as you can see, I'm already in Command, and over on the left-hand side, we've already chosen the second icon on the left, which is your Contacts tab. So if you'd like to go ahead and travel there with me, you'll have the same view. You should be seeing contacts within your database. Now, if you are on a team, over here underneath your name, you can click, make sure you're viewing your personal account instead of your team account. And that is what specifically we'll be going over. I will touch on some things that you may be able to do and see as a team and just explain it as we go. However, we'll be doing this from an individual agent's perspective today. And so here within Command in the Contacts tab, right here are your filters. Now we already have some on. It's okay if you don't. If you don't have any filters already on, your button may not be teal. It may be white instead. So give that a click. This is what the new filter drawer is called, and it will populate on the right hand side of your screen. I'm going to try to zoom in just a little for you guys so you can see this a little bit better. Okay, and you'll notice now we have an advanced option. I'll be mentioning this as we go through the different options today, but the advanced option I'm going to click on first just to show you. This is going to give you multiple fields for each filter. So what this means is each filter will now also have a condition and a value field that we can look into. So this is where your filter would be. So we can select whichever filter we want to look through. Let's say agent site connection. And you'll notice the conditional field in the middle went away, but we still get to select a value. And you'll see this change back and forth depending on what kind of filter you do choose. But let's say you want to come into your contacts and you want to be able to see who is actually connected, who's actually already signed up either through your website or through your consumer mobile app. So I want to see who is connected. And so I'm choosing that as an advanced filter. I can always delete it over here on the right if I need to, but I want to add one more. This is a great place to kind of double up on your filters or add any multiple kind if you're searching for a specific thing. So I can come in here. I want to add another one. I want to see how recently active they were. If we can find it here, maybe I scrolled past it. You know what? It's because I'm zoomed in. Let me zoom back out. There we go. Okay, so it's down here at the bottom. Hopefully you guys can still see the text. Let me bump it up one more time. So recently active is right here, and you'll see that the condition field stays and the value field stays for this particular filter. So for recently active, I can choose if it's longer than or within the last. And I want to know who's been active on my app or website within the last, let's say, 60 days. So I can put in a value here in the value field, and I also have some more options. Anytime you see these little carrots right here, there is a hidden menu there. And so I can choose days, weeks, months, or years. I'm going to go with days. That'll be fine. I can add more filters if I want. There's a little tutorial hidden down here at the bottom as well. And I'm going to choose apply for those filters. And if I were to do that, it would show me the contacts that again are connected through my website or consumer mobile app and also have been recently active within the last 60 days. So super helpful choosing through some of the advanced filters. As we go through the basic filters today, I will be mentioning what kind of options you do have for advanced filters as well to try to cover both without flip-flopping back and forth on the screens for you, okay? So we're going to close this. If I close this, I would have to go back to filters, but I can just switch back to basic filters here. And it makes sure that you want to do that. Actually, let me go ahead and delete these that we chose and then switch back to basic. There we go. And so we'll just start right up here at the top with the contact type. So with the contact type here, notice that you can choose to either have a contact or a lead, or all. Contacts are going to be ones that are not marked lead, and the leads only will only be the leads. Leads are the contacts that have the tiny little L. I don't know if you can see it grayed out back here on the back of the screen, but the tiny L on beside the name says whether or not they are a lead. A good example would be if you've had the real estate conversation with that person. If you have not, they are likely marked as a lead. Also, if they've entered their information in any of your capture forms, your lead capture forms on your website or your landing page, things like that, maybe through a campaign, they'll also be marked a lead. So this way you can come in here and see if any new leads have populated. We're going to leave ours on all today, but that's just what choices you have under contact type as well. And so we're going to minimize that. The next option it gives you is for tags. You can have well, actually, you have a great option now that we didn't have before. With tags, yes, you can sit here and choose as many tags as you would like um, to search for contacts. However, we now have the option underneath the advanced tags or advanced filters option where you can see if there's any contacts or leads without tags. We used to not have a way to be able to filter through and find contacts that did not have certain tags or any tags at all. And now you have that ability to do that. So just know that that is back there in advanced filter options under the tags. You can hit here to show more options if you'd like. You can continue to do that if you have a lot of tags like we do. It'll keep showing you more and more. But again, you can just check off as many as you would like, and you see it shows you how many are populated here. You can even search and begin typing in here as well if you want to, and it'll populate the tags for you there too. You can mark them off here. You can uncheck them individually, or I can come right here and just mark an X beside the tags and it'll take them all off. So that is a great way to search through your contacts as well. Through tags, we're going to minimize that section. And again, just know in the advanced filters option, you can choose if it includes any tags, all tags, excludes any or all, or if that field is empty, or if it's not empty, you can also find contacts that have at least one tag applied. But again, the biggest thing is you can find the contacts that have no tags as well. That will really help in your organization of your contacts database. Moving on, we're going to look at lead source here. And click it to open it up for you guys. You'll notice you have that search field as well. Again, you can just begin typing in and it would populate the suggested lead sources based on what you are typing in that field, or you can also just begin choosing from the list that it populates for you. Again, it'll let you know how many you have selected up here. You can delete all of them if you want, or unselect all of them, I guess I should say. And you can select and unselect here with the check boxes. It will only display contacts based on the lead sources that you've selected. Under the advanced filter options for lead source, you will have the additional fields to look to see if a contact or lead um, either includes or excludes a certain lead source, or maybe the lead source field is completely empty. Or maybe you're looking for your contacts that you've put a lead source in for, so that field would not be empty on that contact. Those are all options back in the advanced filter area for lead source. I'm going to minimize that and move on to agent site connection. Now, we had mentioned this previously. This is if they have registered either through your KW site or your KW consumer mobile app. And you can see here that it can be set to any, or you can choose that they are connected or are not connected with the radio dots there. So underneath advanced filter options, which we've already shown, it does let you choose whether they are connected or are not connected as well. Back in the filter section, there's not a condition for this specific tag or specific filter. Let me keep my words right. So there's not a specific condition. They either are or are not for that particular filter. All right. Next, let me do mention this really quick for Teams though. If you have it enhanced or unlimited permissions and you're on a team and you're within your team command account, this filter will give you the additional ability to filter based on connections with specific team members, in addition to options for like not connected or connected to anyone on your team. So there are some additional advanced filter options if you're on a team with this one. And as well, the advanced filter will include condition fields such as includes any, excludes any, is connected, is not connected as well. But it'll expand to be whether or not it's people on your team or not. Okay. All right. Going on to assignments. Oh, assignment. Let me hit on this too. If you um, are an assignee or are on a team, excuse me. So if you have standard permissions within your team account, you can also filter with assignment or assignee, and this will let you look at the ones where you are the primary assignee or you're the collaborator as well. And that will change a little bit based on your permissions within your team about how you can filter. If you actually have enhanced and unlimited permissions within a team, you also get the option to see a filter option for each associate on your team. Okay. So there's a little more with teams and things like that. Even if you're a collaborator and you have an enhanced or unlimited permissions, then you'll also be able to filter through this for each associate on your team as well, underneath the advanced filter sections. Owners of teams, they also have enhanced or unlimited permissions. And so they will also have the ability to see contacts and filter through for each associate on their team as well. Okay. Now, if an owner for some reason might have standard permissions, then they would be able to see what they personally own by the team. Okay. All right. And so moving on to neighborhoods. We'll expand this here. You notice again, search bar, so you can type in anything that you would like to search, or you have the radio or the check box marks here that you can select. So you can choose for neighborhoods that if they have any neighborhoods on their contact profile already, you can select this one. If you want to see the contacts that do not currently have any neighborhoods selected, you would choose this box here as well. And so it lets you also um, display or select any number of neighborhoods. So if you want to search for a specific neighborhood, you can do that here as well. Underneath the advanced filter options, you can again see if they've been excluded from any particular neighborhood or if they include any particular neighborhood, maybe if the field is completely empty, or maybe if you just don't want to look by a particular neighborhood name and you want to be able to see if they have any neighborhood on file at all, and you want to look at those exact contacts so that maybe you can get them set up on the monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan, you can do that through the advanced filters as well. Okay, we'll close it up for neighborhood and move on to recently active, which we've touched on briefly as well. This is based on the date a contact last interacted with your KW website or your KW consumer mobile app. Um, Within your advanced options as well, let me go ahead and click it open so you can see it's longer than or within the last, and you can type into the value field here and choose from days, weeks, months, or years. And so it does give you that option for longer than or within last. Okay, and this is going to include the same options in the advanced filter section as well as the basic for this particular one. Okay, moving on, we have created. This is based on a date that a contact was captured and entered into command. So it gives you the ability to choose longer than or within the last as well. Again, another value field where you can choose however many days, weeks, months, or years that you would like to look. And then modified is going to be the next filter that is available. You'll notice these are very similar, same exact condition and value fields that we see here. And so it actually corresponds to the updated column, and it's based on when the last date a change was made to a contact or that a new contact timeline event was logged for that particular contact. Um, if neither of those things have occurred, it will utilize the created date. So if it hasn't been modified recently, if the contact hasn't had a timeline event logged, then it would use the actual date that the contact was created within your contacts database. So you can search through those fields here as well. The fields within your advanced filter option for this particular filter are going to be the same condition and same value fields that you'll see there. Next is last contacted. This metric is based on the date that you last interacted with a contact. This includes any email sent using command mail like smart plans or client updates, maybe email campaigns. It also includes text messages being sent through Twilio and interactions that you log manually on your contact, like calls, notes, mail, text messages, maybe meetings, things like that. The exception is any email or notification the system sends to the contacts that come from KW Consumer Platform. If your client sets up alerts for things like saved searches or collection updates, and the system will send those emails using a no reply email address, it's not going to pull from that particular metric. Okay. More details about this is provided in a KW article. We will make sure we put that in the description of this video here on YouTube for you. And that article goes into the exceptions and the metrics if you just want to look into it into a little more detail. So, last contacted again is the last time you've essentially interacted with that contact, and you have the same condition and value fields longer than within the last value, and also choose day, weeks, months, and years. Okay. Moving down to birthday, this is a big one because we have that great smart plan by KW that you can send out a birthday smart plan. And so, birthday, you're able to click here. You'll see similar condition and value fields as we've been seeing already. This is based on the birthday entered for the contact on their contact profile. It gives you the ability to select either within the next, within the last, or longer than, and then gives you the ability to choose that number. Okay, the advanced filter options also give you the similar fields, but you can also search for whether the field is empty. So if they're missing a birthday and you want to get that filled in, you can go into advanced filter options and choose that there as well. Okay, you can also narrow it down to anyone that actually has a value in that field. So they have some kind of birthday on file. You can also narrow it down to those contacts so that you can then begin getting them set up or maybe help celebrate them in your own unique way as well. So we'll come back out of birthday, home anniversary, very similar, same exact fields here, and it pulls from the anniversary date entered on that contact profile. You're going to have the same options in the advanced filter options as well for that we just mentioned for birthday. Coming on down to company. The company associated with the contact profile will be here. You can search for a particular company that would be on file. You also, if you have any, it'll search through the ones that are on your contacts here. You can just begin typing anything in and it'll populate it if you have it on a contact profile. You also have some advanced filter options like, is that field empty? And you want to get that filled in, or maybe you just want to see what kind of companies are being you've got people, or let me say this a different way. You've got connections to certain companies within your database, and you want to see what companies those are. You can go into the advanced filters and choose the is not empty condition, and it'll pull any contact that has a company on file so that you can view that and kind of see. Maybe you're trying to expand that sphere of influence into those companies. So that'd be a great way to do some lead generation. So we'll close the company there and move on to primary address as well. Now, for primary address, you can do it contains certain words, numbers, it'll pull it apart. It's a basic filter. It just includes the search box and will pull results based on whether even a part of the contact's address matches what you have typed. Under the advanced filter options, you can do a contains, does not contain field. Also, you can set a condition for whether that field is empty or not empty. So if you're looking to make sure that you have primary email addresses on, or excuse me, primary addresses on file for all of your contacts, you can go there under advanced filter options and choose the condition of is empty and make sure you're looking at the contacts who do not have that on file yet so that you can get it filled in. Primary phone. This is going to be based on the primary phone that's listed on the contact profile. It's a basic filter. Again, it's just another search box, as you can see here, and it will pull apart all that contacts information and bring up anything that matches the number that you have typed in. The advanced filters are going to be the same for this as well. Contain, does not contain, empty, or not empty. So you can actually come in here and look for contacts that are missing phone numbers. So you can pull those up and get those filled in as well. Primary email is going to be the same. It is going to be a search bar here. It can pull apart the information in the contact profile and pull any contact that has even a portion that matches whatever you've typed into this box. And the advanced filters are the same. Again, remember, you have that condition in the advanced filter option of is empty. It's a condition that that you can list on here that if their email address is empty on their contact profile within command, it'll pull those contacts up so you can see who you need to gather that information for. And that is an exploration of our new filter drawer here. Once you've selected any filters or any amount of filters that you would like, you can always hit apply at the bottom right, or you can clear all of your filters right here if you selected any that you don't want and start over. And so thank you for watching today. If you have any questions, you can definitely give us an email at support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we will be happy to help you further. We're going to put that article again in the notes here for this video for you to reference as well. Thanks for watching.